Okay, here's the problem. I need to wind 100 feet of 15-pound Kevlar line onto this spindle and do it in a tapered fashion. So here's my solution. This is the end result that I'm looking for. So here's the solution. I decided I'd build a box, and I need a variable speed motor with a variable timing action on the winding. So I got my quarter horse 230 volt motor and a variable frequency drive that's 120 volts that converts to 230 volt three phase to drive that. I got a PLC right here, power supply for the PLC, power supply for a color touchscreen so I can control it, on off switch with fuse. I got a couple of relays here with a motor and cam switches I took out of a big control valve actuator, and I built this little line guide here out of it's actually a bottle top opener screwed to some of the cam mechanism. So I used a chuck so I could put the spindle in and take it in and out, and then on top of this I have a line tensioner that guides the line into the actual guide here and keeps the right tension on it. And that's it. Put in a little cooling fan with some blue lights, make it look kind of cool, and now I'll show you how it works. Okay, so here's the programming software I use for the PLC. There's a separate software for the touchscreen. Here's how the touchscreen looks. I put in a system ready, forward, reverse, so I can see it. The cam's working. I have a manual override if I want to drive the cams, and a start button, a stop, and a line counter so we can see I want to get to 100 feet of line. And that's just a timing sequence there, but it's pretty accurate. So here's the software, an example of what it looks like. So it's just a lot of ladder logic. As you scroll down, you can see it's just lots of timing modules and things. Nothing too fancy. Anyway, you build these modules, and with that, put in comments so you can see what each thing does, and that's it. And we can actually watch this real time once we connect. So we'll do that next and we'll run this thing through. So let me get this thing ready to talk. Okay, I've enabled the software. The blue represents contacts that are closed or relays or logic that's energized. So what we'll do is we'll start this guy and we'll run it through so you can see the cam switch is working with no thread at this point, just to get started. So the first thing that happens is once we hit the start button, I have the guide retract back to the start point, and the motor spins up real slow so we get the line started. Then we take off and we start working. So here we go. There goes the guide running back. Now we take off. The cam switches are rocking and rolling. And that sets the sequence. And my winding, there's the relays working. Here's the actual logic. Let me see if we can actually see. It'll be down in the timing function here. There you go. So that shows what's happening there. And it's probably happening so fast that it doesn't really show the relays. Let's see if we can see them. There you go. So you can see them actually sequencing based on time duration. And that's it. So now I'll put it back together and we'll actually wind a spool. You can see how it tapers faster and faster. Okay, so we're ready to roll. There's our spool with a little guide there. We're going through these guides. I have a tensioner I just made with a spring and some washers. A little door handle, last guide. We go through our little feeder here, and we'll see how this baby works. So let's hit the start button. First thing it does is it retracts back to the start point, and the motor speeds up, and then we start winding. First it starts full length, and then it tapers down. There's our forward reverse going. We have our line counter right there, counting the line. Our little spool's feeding like a mad dog. And here we go. You can see we're getting a nice taper on that thing. Getting closer. As you can see, the distance is shorter and shorter. The baby starts winding that thing up. Getting pretty close. There's 100 feet. And that's it. Pre-tension tapered line. That's the Grb Winder.